and welcome back to Bergen Open. This is the women's platform event. We had some technical difficulties with the camera here, and we are just getting that sorted out, and we have already started. We now see the diver from Christensen of Norway, Lina, doing quite a nice front 2.5 tuck from 7.5 meter. And let's see the rewarding scores from the judges.
4s and 3.5s there, but we are on the platforms now.
We are the platforms.
This is a different kettle of fish to what we just saw on the springboards, isn't it?
And we are finally seeing the dives as well.
Yep, up and running.
We are seeing the same view as you are, our dear viewers. And now we have one of the twins, Pia or Tuva, doing a inward 2.5 pike from 10 meter. It is Pia Tveit Sletten of Bergen Diving Club.
And she's on 10 meter here, so she's got to take her time.
Great position there. A little slow off the platform, but a nice look at that. Perfect length from the platform.
Yeah, you want to be safe. You don't want the feet to get too close, and she made sure of that, but just over-rotating slightly on the end.
Yeah. Then we have her teammate Cilia doing a reverse dive tuck position from 7.5 meter.
Very simple opening dive here.
Yes. And quite young dives as well in the senior event. So these are the up-and-coming divers of the different countries here.
Oh, lovely. Yep, very easy dive, reverse dive tuck of 7 meters, so a lot of room to complete.
A good takeoff, a firm exit out of the pike tuck position, and a vertical entry there.
Unfortunately, due to the low DD on that one, you're not going to get massive scores in terms of the total, but it's nice to see it done well, though.
That is true, but we do want to see them outperform their own potential every single time, and let's hope that we can see that. And now we have Elma of Norway doing a front 3.5 tuck from 10 meter.
Again, big opening dive here. Starting with a run up off the 10. And it's
a great starting dive, opening with a great 3.5 forward tuck.
And again, you can hear the crowd getting into it immediately. That's exactly what she wanted to do on her first dive.
Gets the height, gets into the tuck position beautifully, and just sees the water and disappears.
It's going to be tough to top that. Let's see.
Currently taking the lead with 59.40 points. Let's see what Ronja of Finland can do with an inward 2.5 pike position.
Again, another big dive here.
You've got to keep that distance from the ball. Hitting your toes will affect the scores from the judges.
Yep, safe distance, but we just don't have the height out the board to complete it on the end.
Leans back a little bit too much to get that distance and doesn't quite get the rotation started. A good effort, but just not enough.
Great shame. Still 4 more rounds to go, as we said before.
That is true. Nothing is said and done. We have Hanna of Finland, her teammate, doing a back 2.5 with half twist pike position, which is a interesting dive to do.
Degree of difficulty 2.6, so not quite pushing into the 3s, but reasonable tariff to work with here.
And would you say usually they would open with a dive they are quite secure with, comfortable with?
Yes, I think you always want to make sure you get the rounds going.
And it looks like
sharply, there we go.
She opens with a comfortable dive.
Yep, good twist. Maybe just that little bit more pike shape to help her get that entry on the end, but again, we're vertical and yeah.
Yeah, we're up on the 6.5s.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get those scores to up to the 7s. And then we have the last diver of the round, Rosco Lettonen of Finland, doing a front 2.5 pike from 7.5.
And she's going for it with the standing takeoff.
Look at those pointed toes in the pike position. Beautiful.
Great form, great shape. And there's some good jumping, and maybe could have just thrown a little bit higher away from the tower.
But she controls it and sees the water and just disappears.
And that's round one.
Round one is over and is done, and we've got the Norwegian Elma on first place with Hanna and Rosco of Finland just chasing her. And now we have Tonja of Bergen and Norway doing a back 1.5 half twist of 7.5.
This is a home pool.
This is her home pool, yes.
Always good to feel like you're at ease on your own pool in a competition. Yeah?
That is true. That it's always how do you say it? It's always
perk.
It's a perk, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Couldn't quite control the twisting there. Let's see what the judges are going to score her.
It looks like the twist is going well, but she just needs to keep going and finish that half twist. And that's why it causes a slight...
Yeah, unfortunately it doesn't stop the rotation of the twist completely, and she will be rewarded with a 0 of the head referee, which results in 0 scores from all judges.
So how is that marked? Is that just due to judges' discretion, they'll all go for 0, or will some see it and think, actually, there might have been some marks potentially given there?
Some judges could remark it with a half score or maybe a 1, but if the head referee scores a 0, the entire board will be 0, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So no points gathered there for Tonja of
That's
Norway.
a shame.
It's a shame. But now we've got Julie from Norway in Christensen.
And she's on 5 meter doing a back dive pike. And again, a low DD to start. And you want to open up with a, well, this is round 2, isn't it?
This is round 2.
Yeah. So you want to keep your sharpness going on your entries, and that's just slightly short of vertical. Didn't quite get the legs up in the pike shape.
So as you can see from round 1, there is a difference, well, quite a difference in the level of competing divers here, but we all want them to do as best as they can. With Lena of Norway here doing a backwards 1.5 attack position.
That's a great effort.
Great effort. Leans back a little bit, gets into the attack position, reaches out, and vertical.
But she still finds it, eh?
Yeah.
She'll be happy with that one. Right, up to the 10 meter now.
And we've got Pia of Norway doing the front 3.5 somersault tuck position, as her teammate Elma of Norway did last round. Let's see if she can produce the same scores here or potentially higher.
Such a big body. It always looks so high up there, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a long way down.
Wow. Yeah.
And she kicks out just at the right time.
Great run up, great position into the end. Again, that tuck shape just slightly open, which slows her spin, but she knows how to put that through the water. That's a good round for her. She'll be pleased with that.
It's a decent dive, gets to the 5s, and she will probably be happy with that one. And now we've got Cilia of Bergen of Norway doing a arm stand front somersault pike position of
Great effort, but how will the judges mark that one? Given that that's an arm stand, how do you look at that?
Well, you have to be up there and show balance before you take off, and it seems the judges are content with the balance shown there before she does the rest of the dive.
Just couldn't finish the entry, but as Espen says, it needs that good balance, and she did get that right.
And now we have Elma of Norway doing a great dive. And this is Elma of Norway, and she is currently training in Hawaii.
Wow. Bit of a change of weather.
Yeah.
Here in Bergen.
Well, we still have the sun out here in Bergen, but it's not as warm as it might be over in Hawaii at the moment. Just inward 2.5 pike. Great starting position there. Nice lines.
Nice and safe from the board, and that's a great dive.
And she even manages to jump up a little bit compared to some of the other divers, getting that little top there. Perfect distance off the board.
Great pike shape, great toes as well. Didn't flatten her feet when going past the board. She was easily clear, and showed off her good form. Just could have got those hands on the water, but again, great stuff. Another arm stand.
Arm stand double somersault pike position of Ronja of Finland.
So this is an extra somersault to what we saw.
Look at that power being shown there. Perfect balance, controlled. Falls over into the pike, and that's a great effort of Ronja.
And it's definitely a diver's preference to pick which way they go up to the handstand. She chose the straddle there.
Yeah. It all comes down to what you're comfortable with to keep that balance. And she gets a nice reward. And then we have her teammate Hannah, and she's doing a backwards arm stand.
And this one, get the nerves jangling a little bit, wouldn't it?
This is a dive that a former diver of Finland, Heikki, used to do, and he amazes all with almost pointing his toes to the other side of the pool. Wow. And just rotating half a somersault before he just disappeared. Let's
Wow.
see if this is a trait that Finland can reproduce.
Great balance. Great stuff.
Kicks off a little bit low, should have kicked. I would like to see a kick off a little bit more up into the air.
Yeah, as you say, could have been a bit higher, but she knows how to press her legs out on that one, and it's upright. Maybe, you know, we need some more entry.
Just rolls a little bit over. And we have her teammate again, Rosco of Finland, doing an inward 2.5 pike position on 10 meter.
This is our last diver of round 2. Moving along quite fast at the moment. Inward 2.5 pike. Great speed, just not the height to finish that on the end.
Really squeezes that pike position. No air to be seen between her legs and her upper body. Just missing that final touches of the dive. And we are seeing the results. And Elma of Norway is currently leading with 112 points, with Hannah of Finland going on 91.50, and Rosco of Finland on the 3rd place with 86.80 points. And this is not over, as we have 3 divers within 10 points of each other, fighting for the medals.
And there we have another arm stand, but we didn't quite have the balance. So if you see, it's kick up, and then she's gone. The judges will know, and will have noticed that error there, and that's represented in the scores.
As you can see, some of the judges did not think that that was enough balance before she went on with the rest of the dive. And we've got Julie of Norway from Christensen doing a reverse dive pike of 7 meter. A fairly easy list of Julie here, but that is a great dive.
Simple dives done well. Again, good tactics.
A great dive is a great dive. If it's easy or if it's hard, it's always very fun to see.
And that's good form. Could have, again, be a little bit sharper in the pike shape, but she's moving along quite smoothly at the moment.
Good effort. And we've got Lena of Christensen, Norway, doing the same dive, reverse dive pike from 7.5 meter. Great height on the takeoff, and nice, I would say cleaner entry into the pike position. Kicks out and reaches for the water very beautifully.
That's it. We talk about the sharpness from the last dive, and she definitely did that there. We just want to see those entries, though, don't we? If they kick up that splash, it's not going to help them with the scores.
The final wow factor of the dive.
Absolutely.
But the girls are doing a great effort throughout the competition so far. And we've got Pia of Norway in Bergen doing a back 2.5 pike position.
Bit of a scary one here. Spinning backwards. Can't see where you're going. And you're all the way up on 10 meter.
But done correctly, this is a beauty of a dive to watch. Wow. That's a good takeoff into the pike position beautifully, and just misses that key point of where to point those toes and rolls a little bit over.
She definitely took her time on that dive. I think when you're up that high, you need to make sure.
Are the nerves kicking in? Do you think so, Matthew?
I think so, yeah. I mean, it's been a long day, and they're moving on to their harder dives now, aren't they?
That is true. It's 6 o'clock here in Norway, and we started the competitions around 8-9. So it's almost been 10 hours of competition so far today.
A lot of mental stamina needed now.
And we have Cilia of Norway doing a back 1.5 with a half twist.
And we definitely see her square that off a lot better. And it's a lot better on the end, but not quite the finish again.
Not completing the jump properly in the takeoff, resulting in the... And there, which just rolls a little bit over. Harder to control if you do not complete the takeoff.
Yes.
And now we've got Elma of Norway doing the... This is a tough dive of the...
Huge dive. Back 2.5 on 5 meters.
Wow.
So low. Not enough room, really.
Let's see if the high risk can reward her.
Yeah.
Current leader of the competition. Great power.
That's a great effort. As you say, you don't have all of that 7 or 10 meters to fit this dive in. She could have just squeezed those knees in a little bit more to help that speed, but again, big tariff on that one.
Big tariff, and it does reward her with a decent score of 40 points and maintains the lead.
Right, moving on up onto the 10 meter. Forward 3.5 somersaults tucked. And it's done with the run-up. I mean, what do we think? Is it better to do it with the run-up, or could she do that standing?
I would be comfortably doing the run-up every single time. I think the standing takeoff is a little bit scary,
yeah.
But she does take it a bit too far from the platform instead of focusing on the height. But it's a decent score with a mixed judging there, with both 3.5 and 5 of the judges there. And now we've got Hannah of Finland, standing 2.5 pike of 7 meter. It's a lower DD of difficulty.
Great takeoff. Oh, lovely dive. You can see she really powers out the board, so she gets a lot of height moving up and forwards. Solid pike shape, and it's automatic on the end when you take off like that, isn't it?
It's just that little finish on the end. You've got to reach for the water instead of letting it roll over, but a great effort. And you've got Rosco Lettonen of Finland doing a arm stand front double pike position. Showing off the balance and strength needed to satisfy the judges before she does the rest of the dive. Beautiful takeoff, nice entry into the pike position. Comes out a little bit early and does not get completely vertical.
Yep, could have squeezed the legs into her body a bit more there, just to help that come round on the entry, but as I say, great handstand, great balance.
Yeah. Moving on to the fourth round. I'm sorry. And we've got Tonja of Bergen, Norway, doing an inward 1.5 pike position off the 7.5 meter.
Again, low tariff here, so she wants to make sure she has the good quality on this. And not quite. Again,
a little bit short rotation there.
Yeah. Again, easy dives need to be done well because we don't have the tariff, and she just struggled with that pike shape a little bit. Just dropping her short.
And we've got Julie of Christensen in Norway doing an inward dive, piked from 7.5 meter. The easier dives do often result in higher judges' scores.
You should do with that one. Yep. One less somersault than the previous diver.
And we hear the sixes and we see the sixes, and I think she would be happy with that one. Moving on to Lena of the same club of Norway, Christensen, and we've got inward 1.5 tuck of 5 meter.
Get lots of divers using lots of different boards in this event, spread out between the 5, 7, and the 10.
And it's also fun to see.
Yeah. Great effort. Maybe
Okay.
just a bit more aggression on the takeoff.
Yeah, I agree. But then again, they are showing off what they need to do from the different platforms to reach the top one of 10 meter, how they can produce and how do you say that?
Deliver.
Yep. And really just learn the dives. To take them up, we have to add.
Yeah, would you say with the lower boards are definitely build up boards to the 10 meter.
And now we've got Pia of Bergen, Norway, doing a back 2.5 with a half twist pike position. And let's see if she can continue this nice flow she has of.
Again, she always takes her time on these dives. You must maintain your composure.
Sometimes it will show that you have control, and some judges will think they are nervous about it, but there are no nerves here.
Wow. Great twist, great pike shape. You can see that's really moving at a good pace.
Finishes that twist perfectly, just a little bit too slow, doesn't rotate all the way over, and ends up a bit short. And we've got Cilia doing a inward 1.5 piked from 5 meter.
Great balance. Again, using the lower board, and it's an inward 1.5 in the pike, so you must be safe from the board.
So this
it's a little bit close with the feet. It's a little bit close,
yeah. As you can see, she points her feet up just so that she doesn't hit the platform, and this is one of the lead-up dives that you do to complete the 2.5 inward on 10.
It's good to have those reactions, moving the feet
in
the middle of the dive.
The timing is quite good.
Yeah.
And we continue over to Elma, the current leader of the competition, with a back 2.5 half twist pike position. Let's see what she can produce here.
Our current leader, isn't it?
Of last round, yes.
Yeah.
And it looks like, yes, she will maintain that lead with a comfortable distance to her competitors. Great takeoff, great height. Could be a little bit closer in the pike position, but that is a good dive.
Done with ease, just flew out over 5 meter there. That's what we want to see. We want to see these divers completing these dives with ease, especially at this point in the day.
Finish Ronja with a, wow.
Forward 2.5, 1 twist. So completes the twist first, and then go into the pike shape, whereas earlier with the boys we saw it somersault first, but then twist. So done a different way.
On the platform, I believe it's easier to do the twist first and then continue into the pike position, but she does push that dive a little bit too far from the platform, as she did on the forward 3.5.
Okay, Hannah from Finland.
A back 2.5 pike of 10 meter.
Again, good tariff on this one, 2.9. You want to be nice and accurate.
Yeah, and it's great to see that Finland has gotten some women with a higher degree of difficulty, to see them deliver generation after generation.
Yeah. And taking her time. Oh, that's smooth. Great takeoff.
Really powerful stance on that takeoff, showing that, and she's off and into the pike position. Powerful out, kicks out, and gets those hands together, closing up to the water, and delivers. Wouldn't you say so, Matthew?
I would agree. You can just see a different level of control there, can't you?
Yeah, I agree. And Rosco of Finland doing the lead up to the dive that the last dive you saw, and she shows that she can control it on 5 meter with a 7.76.5. The great scoring for the last dive of the round. And moving over to the last round of the competition, Tonja of Bergen, Norway, finishing her competition with a forward 2.5 pike of 10 meter.
We see some of the divers using this on the 7 meter, but she's chosen to do it on the 10. A lot of room to complete the dive.
It's a longer way down.
It's a longer way down.
And it's a much tougher entry, isn't it?
Yeah. Got to make sure she really has that awareness.
A bit far from the platform, but she does end up vertically, and that will be a decent scoring for Tonja of Bergen.
A lot of aggression. She really went for that one, but as Espen says, it just needs that bit more balance. The judges picked up on that.
They really picked up on that distance and wanted to see it, that dive a bit closer to the platform. And you've got Julie of Christensen doing a forward dive straight with a half twist of 5 meter.
Interesting dive.
Quite unusual
here, yeah.
dive to see her, but let's see how she does. And
well, looks quite difficult, even though that's an easy dive.
it's difficult to control because you've got no way of reducing the speed after the takeoff, and you've just got to go with that speed.
She
that
definitely
rotation
completes the twist well, but
over rotates, unfortunately.
And due to the low tariff, that's a little bit of a low score. But some good dives from her before that round.
Yeah, I agree. And you've got Lena doing the arm stand forward somersault tucked position of 7.5 meter.
And that was in the pike position there.
Yeah. What did I say?
You said tucked.
Oh, I said I'm sorry.
Long day for
I've been in the pool.
my colleague here.
Yeah, I've been in the pool just as long as these divers here. That's a decent scoring, and she gets.
As we say, the divers need to concentrate, but you know it's hard for the commentators to do so as well.
It's quite warm in this pool, but it's very nice.
Yeah.
And we've got Pia of Norway, Bergen, doing a forward double somersault piked position. Let's see if she can produce the same quality that she has been doing throughout the competition and finish off strong.
Great balance.
Really showing off her balance.
And that's a great dive. Do we want to hold it that long with the balance?
It might affect the dive altogether because it takes some strength to stand on your hands for that long, but she really makes a statement with that last dive that she is hungry for that medal. With 7.5 sevens,
that will help.
That is a great finish to a decent competition of Pia of Bergen. And Cilia is finishing off her competition with a forward 2.5 somersault of 10 meter. Great takeoff.
Look at that.
And that is the distance of the board that you want to see, making it much easier to control on the way down, and the entry is very good.
Yeah, you see she's got her arms so high up on the run up, but it just goes right up. No lean at all.
Great finish.
Great finish.
And then you have Elma of Norway finishing off with a forward somersault. Arm stand, forward somersault, forward double somersault. Pardon me. Pike position of the 10 meter. And she has really been impressing us with her power, her techniques, and her confidence.
Let's see if she can do that off the arm stand.
Mm-hmm.
Great control.
Really impressing the judges and hopefully the viewers at home and the spectators in the pool. Fantastic pike position. Perfect length from the board. And that entry just seals the deal with 8.5. Wow. What a strong finish.
Strong finish. We haven't seen many 8s in this competition, so it's good that we are treated with that on the final round.
And that is a decent scoring of Elma of 258.80 points. Really crushing the competition here. Ronja of Finland finishing off with a easier dive, reverse dive piked.
Reverse dive pike. Again, simple dives done well, and you can definitely see that there. Maybe a bit more balance on the takeoff, but good pike shape and
It
pike finish.
is a scary dive to jump off the platform and not seeing where the platform is.
Yeah.
But a decent effort of Ronja, and now her teammate Hanna of Finland doing a harder dive of 7.5 meter inward 2.5 tuck. And she was ranked second the last round.
She'll want to do a good one here to finish.
To seal the deal on
Seal that medal, yeah.
Let's see how hungry she is.
That might be enough. That might be enough. Good control. Again, great position on the board, good balance, maybe a little bit more height, but she knows how to get to her hands. What do you think? That's enough?
Well,
that's moved her into second place.
Moved her into second place, and it looks like that might be a comfortable lead to her teammate Rosco Lettonen of Finland. She will need to produce a 9.5 on this 4-2.
Yeah, not quite 9.5, but again, a
strong finish.
Good way to finish, yeah.
Strong finish of Rosco. Needs 5.5 to get the third place. And what does she get? And she gets 5.5, 6.
There we go.
And she seals the. And she steals the third place of Pia.
It's close, wasn't it? 1 point.
1 point off.
If you're far,
that was a proper fight for the last medal, or for the third medal.
Just holding on to that medal.
But great effort from all the girls competing here today. And thank you, viewers, for watching and following us here in Bergen Open, which is a junior and senior event, with the FINA judging school also being here taking their exams. And thank you, Matthew, for commentating with me.
Thank you. Pleasure working with you.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure.